Alright, so this is Jacob Marsh, and I'm about to give my little speech thing for extra credit, even though it's really late and I'm sleepy. So we're going to go through the speech, and we're going to do it real life, with the exception of I want to just lift up my knees when I'm walking, because I'm in my dorm room, and there's no room to walk, because it's late, and I just ate pizza, and my stomach hurts, and I'm sleepy. And I want to go through the speech right now. Click. Timer starts now. Imagine that you walk outside the door on a beautiful Saturday morning. You can hear birds chirping, some little children playing, and you hear a buzz, and the buzz gets louder and louder, and then all of a sudden you look over and there's a massive swarm of bees! Now, if you look at this picture, click, you can tell that this very notion of this, whether it's happened to you or not, probably incites fear of thinking about maybe the painful mental image of a stinger that felt like a punch by Muhammad Ali, who, as we all know, quote, floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee. Well, I have to admit some of your fears are indeed warranted. As you can tell by this picture, even myself does not necessarily enjoy being stung. Well, I can say I am an experienced apiarist, which is another name for a beekeeper, and my father and I have been operating a honey business for the past 7 years. We currently run about 30 beehives, and as far as swarm removal goes, we have removed honeybee swarms from mailboxes, historic Civil War house, tree stands, everything and anything in between. Now, the reason I chose to talk about swarms today is not only share a passion I have with you, but also inform you of ways that you can protect yourselves and honeybees in these situations. So, to do this, we're first going to discuss the problem with honeybee swarms in residential areas, and secondly, we're going to talk about ways that you yourself can help solve this problem. Alright, now I'm walking. Okay, so why is bee swarming in residential areas a problem? Well, in all actuality, almost the sole reason it's a problem is because honeybees incite fears into the masses. And this is mainly due because everyone's scared of being stung. Now, according to the Bee Resource Manual, published by the Armed Forces Pest Management Board, honeybee swarms are a temporary problem that go away within an hour, at tops maybe a few days. Although the number of bees is sometimes interpreted by a bypasser as very aggressive, generally bees only show aggression to rival bees. According to an article by Rangel, Griffin, and Seeley, again, they only show aggression towards competing bees looking for places to live. In a recent study done in this particular classroom, incidentally, when students were asked to rate their fear of bees on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least scared and 10 being the highest, 75% of students rate their fears at 10 out of 10. The 25% who did not rank themselves at the top had never seen a swarm of bees before. Now, the other problem with bee swarms and the fact that people are afraid of them is it discourages young people from becoming interested in honeybees and beekeeping. Now, if you look at this map, we can see that the number of states who have reported significant losses of hives due to the colony collapse disorder in 2007 is over half the states of the Union. Now, honeybees are essential to pollination of our agricultural aspects of our economy. I personally have had the pleasure and opportunity to hear many world-renowned scientists discuss and debate colony collapse disorder, also known as CCD, and the only thing they could really agree on is the fact that it only affects commercial beekeepers. Now, commercial beekeepers have literally thousands of hives that they take from Florida to California and all over the place, pollinating stuff. So that makes the role of hobby beekeepers even more important. And the hives you're going to find in your backyard, your front porch, and they're going to be from the local hobbyists. So, to wrap things up as I'm walking, third, or I guess last, what can we do about this? And here's what I need you to remember. Q, don't be scared, be smart. The best way to overcome our fears of bees and bee swarms is simply learn more about the bees themselves. According to Amory and Fedian, bees are a very social creature, and the only way to get people not afraid of these tiny little insects is to learn more about them. And the first way to overcome this fear is to start with yourself. Here are some things you can do. You can join a local, you can look online at classes. This is a link to Dr. James Tu, who is a professor of entomology at the Ohio State University, and he's a very comical speaker and writes in a very comical, entertaining way and helps you learn all the scientific stuff in a fun way. Also, you could go to a beginner beekeeping school or workshop and kind of get your hands dirty, mess with some bees, or learn all about them in a safe and oversawn manner. Or the funnest way is just go to a local farmer's market, buy a jar of honey, try it, and talk with the local beekeeper. Ask him what's up, talk about his day, how's he doing bees. Alright, if this really interests you, and I can probably guess if you do at least one of these tips, your fear is going to turn from fear into curiosity and eventually to fascination. And if you want to get more involved in a group per se, you can join the local beekeeping organizations such as the Kentucky State Beekeeping Association and the Bluegrass Beekeepers Association, both of which I am a member. And they have things to do, like go talk at arboretum, state fairs, local fairs, elementary schools to teach young people about bees also. Now, in conclusion, you're probably still got the, we talked about the problems with bee swarms, and that being the fear that people are going to get stung, and the solution, which is just learn more about them. Now, even though you probably still have that sting of me in the back of your mind, well, here's a hint, or I guess a secret. That'd be one part of a swarm. Actually, when bees swarm, this is something you'll learn once you start studying them, when they swarm, they gorge themselves with honey for their future home, and they're so stuffed they can't bend their abdomen, and therefore they can't sting you. So, remember, you could join the bandwagon and run away screaming bloody murder, or, if you're smart, you can be smart and not be scared. Thank you.